Good morning, everybody. I'm Sylvia, the Crafty Old Lady. Today I want to document some fall colors that we have been driving around getting pictures of, and also a trip to a place called Rogers Environmental Center. We took our grandson there. We used to take our kids there when they were little. We started going there in the 80s, and we haven't been there in a long, long time, and the place has changed, but also it's still the same. And it was like going back in time to when our kids were little. But anyway, what I want to do is document some of these photographs, which you may have seen in my short of the fall leaves. I want to put some in my journal. This wasn't in that picture, but we found this on the way to the Rogers Center, and there's something about old churches and the autumn colors that just really call out to me. So I wanted to get a picture of this one. See, I need to trim a little bit off the top there. So I'm going to put all these together in a layout, and then I have some magazine words, autumn colors. Autumn is here. Autumn leaves. Autumn that we can put on. I've also got this new sticker set from Walmart, and my husband got me this, Woodlandia. He got me this from Michael's. We had been admiring it one day when we went in there, and I didn't want to spend, I don't know what it was, $21.99 on it, but sometimes my husband gets scratch-off tickets, and he won a little money, so he got that for me. I was very appreciative of. So anyway, let's move this stuff out of the way. Get my autumn journal out. I gotta find the right page. Okay, here we are. So this page is just not doing it for me. I found this too. It's a poppy or a tulip. I don't remember what that is. I drew that a long time ago, and I thought the colors went well for my autumn spread, so that's what we'll do for that. But I'm feeling like I want to cover this up, so I'm going to find some other paper, and I will probably make it a pocket. Since I'm covering that up and attaching it to this, I can make a pocket out of it. Alright, so I decided on this paper. This is a really old one. And what I'm going to do is I don't want the pocket to be too deep. I really just want to be able to put this in there. So I'm going to kind of cut it off with some glue so it's not so deep. There. And I actually meant to do... I just made it probably not deep enough now. I got glue there. I guess I'll just glue the whole thing on. Or this will stick out like this. That's going to be too much. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I did that. Or I could, actually, I'll just put like a piece of paper here. So it's not sticking. And I can still do it, because that's weird. I hate when I do stuff like that. But what are you going to do? So, we had a guy here all morning looking at our furnace and still hasn't figured out why it won't start. And it's getting cold. Okay, and I also wanted to do this, which ideally you would do before you put the glue on it. And now I think it'll work. Alright. Okay, let's see how this looks. I don't know. I think it's still too deep. How far will it go down there? That's as far as it goes. Oh, I guess it would be okay if I put a, string through here. So let's do that. Oh my goodness. All right. So I think I could do that, and then we have a bunch more of these little ones. Oh, there's so many though, Maybe I should put the smaller ones on a tag. That fits in there instead of using that tag, but I'm just going to use that tag in this journal though. Let me cut this one a little bit. Okay, that's better. Okay, now I'm trying to figure out what to do. guess we'll put these on here like this, but I want to also put Autumn is here, maybe like that. And I think I will also use these. So what I do is I put the corners on and a little bit of glue in the center. I'm also wondering if I should put, oops, a background on that so it stands out more. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. I usually do not have this much trouble with these corners. Okay. My glue is overflowing even though it's almost empty. Okay, so we'll put that up here. Look at that. So pretty. And I'm going to try to do the glue first. Okay. Okay. I'm probably cutting out some of this stuff. It's a beautiful day, but it is getting chilly. Tomorrow, we're going to a celebration of the oldest covered bridge, I think in the United States, but it might just be New York. I'm not positive. So I could be wrong. It might just be in New York, but I was thinking if I put this against something, it should be a solid color. What about not blue? I don't know, maybe blue would be okay because there's so much blue in the pictures. Maybe that would be okay. Let's go ahead and we'll put some glue stick on here. Okay. Don't want too much blue. Just a little tiny bit. There. And I can cut around that and glue that down. So hopefully they fixed 2 things on it, but it still won't start. So he went to look for something else, another part that he thinks might be another. I mean, there was 2 things broken on it, but there's still something broken on it. He fixed 2 of them. Oh my gosh. Now I can't get this on the right way. I guess that's going to have to be good enough. Okay. I hope it just doesn't cost too much money, you know? We're going to be faced with a lot of medical bills coming up here soon. I don't know. Some of you might have remembered that back in January, my husband had to have his prostate removed because it had cancer in it. And they told us at the time that there was a little opening in it, so some of the cancer cells might have escaped. And unfortunately, we just found out that they did. He still has cancer. So he went for a PET scan a couple days ago. We're waiting for the results of that. And once they figure out exactly where the cancer went from that test, then he's going to have radiation, unfortunately. We didn't see that coming, really. I mean, we knew there was a chance, but they really made it sound like it was a very, very tiny chance, so we didn't think too much about it. So anyway, I'm hoping that our furnace doesn't cost too much to fix, because I don't know what kind of medical bills we're going to be having soon. But anyways, right for now, we could use your prayers and your positive vibes and all that stuff if you feel so inclined. And that would be greatly appreciated. So I'm going to put these on here for this page. And the little ones, I think I'm going to put on something to put in here. I feel like it should be shallower, the pocket, than I think it is, actually. I don't know what happened with that. We'll put this here. We'll put this one up here. And yeah, I was really getting nervous because I tried to turn the furnace on and it wouldn't start, and then we found out he had to go get radiation, and I'm like, he can't be going through radiation and then having no heat in the house. That would be awful. I don't know how going through radiation makes you feel, but I imagine probably not good. So, and then to come home to a cold house on top of that, that would be horrible. So, hopefully they can figure out what the problem is soon. We don't know when the radiation will be yet either. But anyways, that's my little bad news for the day. I hope you guys are having much better news than that. That's going to look pretty. So what if I, I've got 4 more. What if I put, I like this one the best. I'll put that one there. And I'm going to put these on a tag. And actually, do I want to put this on something? Maybe autumn colors. Maybe I should put that there. I actually kind of like this one better. What if I could cut a little bit of the sky off and fit maybe both of those things in the middle. Autumn leaves. That would work. This one I think is, maybe I will save for another spread. Or we could put autumn. But I kind of like autumn leaves better. I like how that looks better. Alright, maybe I can put both of these on this blue. Too. Just a teeny bit. Yes, this bottle's overflowing, but there's like nothing in it, barely. Okay. And, okay, let's get that cut. Okay. There. Okay, I've got that. That would go there, and then I can put, uh-oh, my words. I could put that right on there. So, yeah, let's do that. Have you been driving around and looking at leaves where you live? Or maybe you live in a place that doesn't have a seasonal change like that? Let me know in the comments where you're from and what kind of stuff is happening in your area. Do you have autumn leaves or no? Do you wish you did? Or do you wish you could see some? Where's my scissors? When I look around, any time of year really, I think where I live, I just can't help but feel like I live in one of the most beautiful places on earth. It's just crazy to me how gorgeous it is here. We live up in central New York, not too far from Binghamton. Okay, it's upstate New York. There we go. Not as upstate as Buffalo, but definitely more upstate than, say, Kingston. We're not too far from Albany either. Okay. And I have another spread that I'll be doing where my husband and I took our grandson to a place called Rogers Center. I don't know if I mentioned that already. I might have. And yeah, I did. So I'll be doing that real quick too. So I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. It might be pretty long. Or not. I might speed up some stuff. So that's it for this one. Oh no, it's not. I forgot. I still have the stuff for the tags. So I need to figure out my tag. Alright, so I've got this that I thought I could use as my tag. It gets stuck on the piece of paper that I glued on it though, but it will work. And I thought I would put some tabs on the top so we can pull it out good. There we go. Pull it out easier. And I can hopefully fit 3 pictures on there. I think so. Let's do it. Actually, I think I should probably put this on. Actually, I might not be able to fit 3. Okay. Put this up at the top. And this one. My tab cutter doesn't cut them like it's so you can fold it. It's not that kind. I know there's a trick to doing that so you can have a folded one, but it's just as easy to do this to me, for me, in my opinion. So let's see. Almost. I just need to cut a sliver. I can cut a sliver off the top because it's not cut quite right. And if I cut a sliver off of each one, I think we'll be good. So there's that. You know, this video is probably getting pretty long. I think I'm going to do the layout of my grandson going to Rogers Center in another video, because I just have a feeling this is getting pretty long. Alright, let's glue these on now. This was at Gilbert Lake State Park. And a lady was pulling her daughter on, she was on like a float. And the mother was pulling her around the lake. And this is at where we used to live. We had a little lake near our house, and that was called Millbrook Pond. It's a little campground. That was about maybe 3 miles from our house where we used to live. There. Hopefully this one will fit. Or do we need to move them up? I think I need to cut still a little bit more off of this one, and then it should be fine. Okay. Okay, so I can write a little bit on the edges here. Let's see. So Gilbert Lake and Millbrook Pond. I have to look at my phone and see what the date was. Where is my phone? Of course, that I can't find. Oh, here it is. Let's go back in time and figure out the date. Alright, so that's it. There's my pictures. I'm going to put it in the pocket, and it's fine. So that's it for this spread. My autumn leaves, and autumn is here. Maybe I'll put some stickers on though. Yeah, I'll put a couple of these cute little stickers around, and then we'll call it done. This must be a really old one. Oh my gosh. You could cut this out and make it a tag. Alright. Put a bear. I wonder if the bear will show up. Right here he will. At Gilbert Lake, this one. Or no, this was the side of the road. There are bears at one of this. No. This is the Millbrook Pond. But there are bears at Gilbert Lake. How about a little mushroom here? And what else? So here's a little bear. How about a raccoon? Little raccoon down here, and maybe a green mushroom over here. There. And that's all I'm going to do for this layout. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you being here, and we'll see you again next time for our trip to the Rogers Center. This is a great blue heron that let us get very, very, very close to him before he took off. He was looking at brown trout, I think, in this little pond. Or I don't know if it was a pond or a little creek or what, but they were in there, and my grandson threw in some of the food they have there for him, and they went into a feeding frenzy, and that was cool. I did get that on video. Anyway, we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.